Father Campo here with a little truck car blog. Maybe it's a little appropriate because I'm going to talk about our Lenten journey. So I'm on a journey today, sharing with you about the journey. Well, here's my thought. It occurred to me that with all of this news cycle, it's been so for years, but I mean, how many among us have felt just so oppressed lately by the news? Like you just turn it on and you just feel heavy and dark and just, it's hopeless. Why even try? That might even be an oppression, I think, of the enemy. Not that all bad thinking is not our own. We are capable of our own thoughts, but I learned from the Canons Regular, the Holy Cross, and the Opus Angelorum that the angels, they were created by God to move us, right? To move our will, to help us to do God's will, even when it's difficult. So the fallen angels have some of that ability too, and they try to stir up bad feelings against us. So where they're not always the author of these thoughts, they do make use of them. They want those negative thinkings to be really ingrained in us so that we are blind and deaf to the Word of God, so that when God says, I'm right here, and the tide is about to turn, we can't hear it because we just have that loop of thinking, right? Maybe you felt that before. It's so bad and it's hopeless and I should just give up now. And I tried last week and it didn't answer, and it's like a broken record that just gets worse and worse. I tend to think sometimes that is the work of the fallen angels. So what I have to suggest that we can do about it in our Lenten journey is just be very mindful of our media consumption. You know, some people have given up a lot of media entirely for Lent, but even if you haven't, maybe consider only listening to the news once a day or twice a day. Just be mindful of it, and also be mindful of how it affects your affect. I do that when I read the news. And if something's making me feel really angry and it's not necessary for me to know, it's outside of my realm, then I just let it go. And if it is something, well then, I deal with that. Or maybe sometimes I come back to it later. But I think all of us can reduce our media consumption or be a little bit more mindful of it. And I think if we do, we'll be a lot more at peace, and more importantly, we'll be open to hear the voice of the Lord. Because in the end, that's what matters. If it's something that I have to learn about that upsets me, I want to hear what God has to say about it, rather than being trapped in my own thoughts, bouncing around in my own head. Because you know what? I don't have power and authority to change a lot of the things in the world today, but God does. And if He gives me the word, I can endure it. So my brothers and sisters, I hope this helps you on your Lenten journey. So signing off here from the car blog, the truck blog today. God bless and keep you.